On any given day, there are 1,500 Michigan children looking for a new home. Last year, more than 33,000 Michigan kids were confirmed as being abused, neglected, or abandoned. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is Russ Russell, the Senior Vice President of Mission Advancement for Holy Cross Children's Services. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Great to be here.
Certainly in your line of work, overseeing a major organization that tries to help abused, neglected, and abandoned kids, you see it all so much more than the rest of us. Does the general public even come close to comprehending how big of an issue this is in our state?
Unfortunately not. I think we know that there are children that have been abused, neglected, or abandoned, and no different than any other state. But the size of the problem is really our big issue here in Michigan. 207,000 reported incidents of abuse, neglect, and abandonment last year. 33,000 of those were confirmed. The other ones, I'm not sure, what the results have been, but the numbers are startling. Nearly 15,000 children in need of a home. And so one of the great concerns that we have is finding the right foster family or enough foster families that can actually bring these children in. And so what Holy Cross does is really provide a connection, a bridge, but also when we bring children in, they have a lot of trauma, they have a lot of issues, and so we try to reduce that to prepare them to be ready for a family, and then prepare a family to be ready for a child such as that. And so bringing those two things together will eliminate a child having to go into multiple homes through their life.
What does it take to be a foster family, and how would you encourage someone who might be thinking about it to do that?
Well, we look for a family or an individual that has a stable home environment. And that could mean, a variety of things. It doesn't mean that you have to, be rich, or it doesn't mean, that you're limited in income. It means that you have a willingness to care for that child, because the state will provide resources to help you, as well as Holy Cross will provide resources and support. So if there's ever an issue, they just have to pick up the phone. We constantly counsel our families in issues that they have to deal with that they're never used to, or have confronted before, even with their own children.
And then that support system is really key to having success down the road. I know that's the idea behind a program that you're launching this summer, which just sounds like such a fabulous idea. I wish you so much success. One church, one child.
One family.
How is that going to work?
Our hope is to work collectively with the Knights of Columbus, and through the Catholic churches, but also through all churches and all faiths that would have a willingness to find one family that has the compassion to bring in a child. And then that church then would wrap themselves around that one family. And if we could do that, if every church would take one child, no child would be homeless, no child would be left without a loving, caring family. We can solve this problem. This is a solvable problem, and we are excited to bring that out and bridge that to the faith community.
That's so amazing. If every church, synagogue, temple, whatever religious organization would just find a family to take in one child, you would need no more foster families, and we would have no more homeless kids. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information on today's topic, you can visit hccsnet.org. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Russ Russell, the Senior Vice President of Mission Advancement for Holy Cross Children's Services.